Hi, do you want to find out a bit more about creative advertising ideas, especially around ambient advertising? If yes, this video is for you. Hi, my name is Dixon, and today in this video I want to talk to you about creative advertising ideas. Now, some of you may ask me, hey Dixon, why do you want to talk about advertising? Okay, well, for me, I'm a keynote speaker around creative leadership, and I promote creativity and creative thinking in all different industry. And often I got asked this question, hey Dixon, what's the best way, right, to pick up creative thinking and creativity? Right? So I would suggest actually you can learn from the advertising industry, right? Because advertising people, day in and day out, they are in the creative environment, and they are doing creative work, and they are producing creative output, right? So that's why in today's video I want to share with you about some creative advertising ideas, especially around the ambience advertising. Now, some of you may ask me, hey Dixon, what is ambience advertising? Right? So what is ambience advertising? Right, let me share with you shortly. Okay, what is ambience advertising? Right? Ambient advertising basically is about the placing of advertising in unusual and unexpected places. Right? So that typically involve, right, some ambience media or some ambience channel or some alternative media, right? Because it is all about placing your advertisement in unusual and unexpected places. Right? So later on in this video, I'm going to share with you some examples, right, so that you can get a better ideas about some of the creative advertising ideas, especially around ambience advertising. Before I go into the details, for those of you who are new, I also want to share with you, I'm actually an author of this book called Leadership for Future of Work, 9 Ways to Build Career Edge Over Robots with Human Creativity. I believe that creativity is the way to go towards the future. And of course, this applies, right, in ambience advertising. So what are the 3 idea generation methods that I'm going to share with you today around ambience advertising? The first one is what I call your ideas plus the human daily activities. So what does that mean? So here is an example, right? Every day there's a lot of commuters going to work by bus, and this advertising idea carefully use the handles inside the bus, and it features a hand strap with a watch. So that is a great idea. So combining the advertising ideas with the daily activities. And another one is this one. This one is a beer brand. So they carefully put this brand into the doors handles, because day in and day out, people just push the door or pull the door, and the brand gains high visibility. And another example is this one in Brazil, Sprite's shower. So Sprite installed a gigantic shower facilities on the beach, and they combine these creative advertising ideas with the daily activities, right? Because in the summer, a lot of people going to the beach, and this gigantic installation, right, people can't run away with it, and people start to talk about it. It creates a lot of brand awareness. So these are a few examples around the first idea generation method towards ambience advertising. How about the second idea generation method? The second idea generation method is what I call your ideas plus the environment. So what does that mean? That means you can actually combine your ideas and blend it with the environment.
So for example, right, IBM, they have this smart ideas for smarter cities campaign. So basically, they just look at the urban environment and then create something out of it. Right? So for example, here is a small bench for people to rest, a small rain shelter for people to seek shelter during raining time. Right? So that is one of the example. Another example is IKEA, Australia. They need to promote this bookshelf, and they put this bookshelf in the beach. Right? So this bookshelf really stand out against the backdrop of the beach. Right? So that creates a lot of like marketing noise, a lot of buzz in the marketplace. Another example is this one, the cruise line, and they leverage on this building with an external staircase. Right? So they managed to make use of this staircase, and then they also create a billboard connecting to the staircase in this sense. So leveraging on the building structure environment. Another example happens on the highway, and this is actually a billboard. Billboard. And this billboard is actually from Yahoo. So basically, they leverage on this like gigantic billboard and put it in the highway environment. Right? So when people drive through it, you can't run away with it, right? Because it is so big and it is right in the middle of the road. So these are some of the example around the second idea generation method on ambience advertising. It is about leveraging on the environment. How about the third idea generation method? Is what I call your ideas plus the alternative media. Okay, so what does that mean? So in this case, right, there's a pizza packaging. Right? Most people expect that, oh, it's just a pizza box, but once you open this up, actually Colgate, right, they put an advertisement in there, right, inside the pizza box. Another example, right, is this baggage carousel advertising, right? So this cup noodle, right, basically they make use of this baggage carousel in the airport. So it creates a lot of buzz, interest, and people who are waiting for their luggage can't run away with that. There's another example, right? Another example is alternative media, right? This is a snack media. Okay, what does that mean? That means you can make use of snack, the packaging of snack as a media. So this example from Europe, right? Transavia. Transavia is actually a low-cost airline in Netherlands, and what they have done was something really clever. So basically, they put the air ticket into the format of a snack. Right? So for example, right, when someone pick up this pack of potato chips, right, this potato chip is priced at 35 euros, right? But once people buy this 35 euro snack, it actually includes a ticket for the customer to fly to Barcelona. Right? And then they just need to scan the QR code, and then they can select the time of departure. Right? So basically, they buy the snack, $35, or I mean 35 euro, but it includes the ticket. Right? So it creates a lot of noise in the market, and also it helps to communicate the concept that, hey, our budget airline is not that expensive, right? It's as common as buying a snack. So that is a really, really clever case study on leveraging on alternative media. So to summarize it, right, there are three things that you can do, right, in terms of idea generation method towards ambience advertising. First one, your ideas plus some daily human activity. Number two, your ideas plus the environment. And number three, leverage your ideas on those alternative media. So I hope this video sharing is something useful, and if you like this video, share with your friends and colleagues, and embrace creativity, embrace idea generation methods in ambience advertising. Cheers.